Why? Did you think I'm only half the Jeremy because I got ran over? Maybe that's why you want to pay me half?
But how hard was the mental part of this?
Well, the mental is the most exhausting.
Hawkeye star Jeremy Renner reveals why he quit his Disney Plus series.
Marvel heroes have dropped a truth bombshell on Disney, and let's just say the company isn't exactly clapping in applause. From late payments that feel more like IOUs to wages that would make a part-time gig look luxurious, the cracks in Disney's shiny empire are impossible to ignore. Jeremy Renner's sharp aim has landed on Disney, and this time, the battle isn't on screen. It's a full-blown rebellion behind the scenes. Renner, Marvel's reliable Hawkeye, recently revealed a shocking offer from the studio: half the pay for double the work on Hawkeye Season 2. His terse response? No respect. That blunt statement wasn't just a personal grievance. It became a rallying cry across Hollywood.
Scarlett Johansson and Disney have settled their lawsuit over the movie Black Widow. Johansson sued because she was contracted to receive part of the film's box office sales, and she argued releasing that movie.
But Renner's outrage was only the tip of the iceberg. Enter Scarlett Johansson, whose infamous lawsuit over Black Widow set a precedent that shook the industry. When Disney bypassed her contract to release the film on streaming, Johansson fought back, exposing the studio's relentless drive for profit at the expense of its talent. Disney's response, a bitter smear campaign, only amplified the fallout. Public sympathy rallied behind Johansson, and her eventual victory sent shockwaves through Hollywood, establishing her as a champion for fair treatment in an industry notorious for its exploitative practices.
And I noticed that by the end of it, they never once mentioned the Edward Norton film, which is technically the origin of the current Hulk.
Let's talk about Edward Norton, the Hulk Disney didn't want. Or, more accurately, the Hulk Disney couldn't handle. Norton's wanted depth, complexity, and a darker, more introspective Hulk. But Disney wanted popcorn and CGI smashes. The creative clash was epic, and Norton was politely, or not so politely, shown the door after The Incredible Hulk.
And I think that collectively, like, the origins of the Hulk and what happened. You know, they would say that those events occurred. It's just that they're not going to show them to you. They're not going to show you Ed Norton. And they've redesigned the Hulk to reflect Mark Ruffalo.
And Norton didn't leave quietly. His parting shot? Calling Disney out for stifling creativity. In interviews, he criticized the studio for prioritizing spectacle over substance. They don't want character arcs, they want explosions, was essentially his message. Fans were divided. Some thought his brooding, layered take on Bruce Banner was exactly what the MCU needed. Others argued Marvel's formula worked just fine without his artistic angst. Either way, his exit wasn't just a personnel change. It became symbolic of Disney's iron grip on creative control.
Norton was upset and frustrated and subsequently took a back seat when it came to promoting the movie.
Ew.
The fallout sparked a broader debate. Is Marvel's magic formula more like a cookie-cutter recipe? For Norton, the answer was a resounding yes. He walked away, leaving us with Mark Ruffalo, a Hulk who, let's face it, feels like he's been fully assimilated into Disney's creative machinery. But Norton's departure raised a red flag, a warning sign about what happens when artists demand more than just a paycheck. And then there's Mickey Rourke. If Norton's critique was a precise jab, Rourke's was a full-on verbal knockout. After his stint as Whiplash in Iron Man 2, Rourke didn't hold back. He called Marvel films crap and slammed the studio for focusing on shallow spectacle. Translation: Disney cares more about shiny explosions than actual storytelling.
His exit was unplanned, but not entirely unexpected.
Yes.
Rourke's frustration wasn't just about the final product, it was deeply personal. He claimed his character, Ivan Vanko, had depth and complexity that Disney chose to ignore. According to him, they sliced away his input and reduced Vanko to a caricature with electric whips. Rourke's beef was clear. He wasn't just playing a role, he was crafting a character. And Disney? They were busy counting ticket sales. But here's the kicker. These aren't just stories about two actors clashing with a corporate giant. They're a glimpse into Disney's playbook, a formula that prioritizes control over creativity. And the consequences? A growing chorus of voices calling out the cracks in Marvel's shiny facade. Disney's empire may be vast, but its foundation? Let's just say it's looking a little shaky these days. And if more stars step forward with their own truth bombs, we might just see the House of Mouse scrambling to clean up yet another PR mess. Let's get into something that might shock you. Paul Rudd might have just pulled off the most endearing accidental rebellion in Marvel history. During a recent press junket, someone asked him about Phase 6 plans with the Russo brothers. Rudd, who's usually all charm and quips, visibly flinched. And then, like a deer caught in the headlights, he dropped a little bombshell about a potential London filming location for Avengers, Doomsday. The internet naturally went into full Sherlock Holmes mode. Fans scoured every interview clip, every press release, and even airport paparazzi shots to piece together clues. Was this a slip of the tongue, or was Rudd subtly airing his frustrations with Marvel's notorious secrecy? Either way, it got people talking, and not in the way Disney would have liked. Marvel's so tight-lipped about their projects that a single word can send the entire fandom into overdrive. And Rudd, he might have just become the new patron saint of accidental spoilers.
Translate.
Thank you. You're going to be my translator?
It's just, you might not understand her.
Is she laughing? Is she laughing?
What are you saying right now?
It's not denying.
Okay.
Now let's shift gears to two of Marvel's biggest names, Chris Hemsworth and Brie Larson. Hemsworth, the god of thunder himself, has been dropping hints about emotional burnout. And honestly, can you blame him? Between the relentless filming schedules, exhausting press tours, and the Herculean task of staying jacked 24/7, even Thor has his limits. In interviews, Hemsworth has started to sound less like a man excited for his next battle and more like someone counting the days until he can take a very long nap.
What was it like showing this trailer here today at D23 and seeing the fan reaction?
It's incredible. I mean, the energy is unbelievable, and it's very special and rare experiences when you get to be in the room when stuff like that happens.
Then there's Brie Larson, whose strained responses during recent interviews have sparked rumors of tension. When asked about her future as Captain Marvel, Larson's non-committal answers spoke volumes. You could almost feel the weight of the unspoken, the secrecy, the scrutiny, and the pressure to constantly deliver. And don't forget the endless press junkets, where every question seems designed to poke at the cracks. What's happening here isn't just about a few tired actors. It's about a larger issue with how Disney treats its talent. The studio demands total secrecy, grueling schedules, and endless press commitments, all while keeping a tight lid on what's next. It's no wonder these stars are starting to show signs of wear and tear. They're human, after all, even if their on-screen personas can lift Mjolnir or blast aliens into oblivion. Even Chris Hemsworth and Brie Larson, two of Marvel's biggest names, have hinted at emotional burnout. Hemsworth has spoken openly about the physical and mental toll of maintaining Thor's larger-than-life persona, while Larson's recent interviews have been notably strained. Her non-committal responses about her future as Captain Marvel suggest a deeper unease, one likely rooted in the studio's grueling demands and tight-lipped culture. In response to the growing unrest, Disney has implemented drastic measures to clamp down on leaks. Phones are banned from sets, filming locations are shuffled at the last minute, and crew members face heightened surveillance. These measures might seem excessive, but they highlight the studio's desperation to maintain control amid rising tensions. However, insider reports suggest some leaks aren't accidents. Word on the street is that certain actors are strategically dropping details, not to spoil the fun, but to push back against Disney's iron grip. This quiet rebellion underscores a deeper frustration among Marvel's talent, a longing for creative freedom and respect in an environment that often feels stifling. Adding fuel to the fire is Disney's increasing reliance on AI in its productions. From visual effects to script writing, the studio's embrace of technology has sparked outrage among actors and creators alike. Many feel sidelined by algorithms, replaced by machines in a process that strips away the human element that made the MCU a cultural phenomenon. The backlash has been swift and vocal. The Avengers cast and other industry heavyweights have called out Disney for prioritizing tech over talent, warning that this approach risks undermining the very foundation of the franchise. This isn't just about Marvel, it's a turning point for Hollywood. The public battle between Disney and its stars is reshaping the conversation around corporate control, creativity, and respect for talent. As more actors speak out, the cracks in Disney's empire are becoming impossible to ignore. Renner's pay dispute, Johansson's lawsuit, Norton's creative clash, Rourke's scathing critique, Rudd's slip-up, Cheadle's sarcasm, Hemsworth's burnout, and Larson's strained interviews all paint a picture of a studio struggling to maintain its dominance while keeping its talent happy. The future of the MCU hangs in the balance. Can Disney adapt to the changing landscape of Hollywood, or will its rigid practices drive away the stars who made the franchise a success? With fans increasingly siding with the actors, Disney's once unshakable empire suddenly looks a lot less stable. The stakes are high. If Disney doesn't address these issues, it risks alienating not just its talent, but its audience. The MCU's success has always relied on the emotional connection between its characters and fans, a connection that could erode if the stars behind those characters continue to speak out against the studio. What's your take? Are you Team Disney or Team Marvel stars? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stick around for more behind-the-scenes revelations.